Yeah, I'm fixing it. I'm not where I'm supposed to be, so bear with me. I'm in the car. Just keeping my word. I'm keeping my schedule. I'm going live at 5, and here I am. Thank you for joining. Again, this is episode 6, and it is building a supportive circle. So, for those of you who have been with me or following, you know my story, you know my situation. For the newcomers, I'll get into that. But I chose this topic because I've been in a dark space for a little while, and I started to feel alone, like no one understood or could relate to what I was going through. I had people that I could talk to, but I just didn't feel supported or connected. I knew something was wrong, and I just felt stuck again. So I have a lot written down. I feel like I usually go off topic, so I'm going to try my best to stay on. But just a quick background. STUCK is an acronym for Solutions to Uplift Communities and Kids. And it's all about my personal growth and experience through hardships and how I continue to pick myself up from situations and keep climbing towards my goals. You could check out my website or, go through my page and see the specifics. But I am a sexual assault DV survivor. I was homeless. I had my voucher taken due to my sons had a criminal case that they was eventually found not guilty of. So that's what caused me to be homeless. My daughter and I had to move into a shelter. We eventually moved into a transitional living apartment. I was able to obtain a second job. I excelled at that job. I moved up in my position, and that allowed me. Again, I'm in my job parking lot, so forgive me for being a little distracted. But again, this the second job allowed me to obtain my own housing again. I continued to share my story, empowering others who shared similar experiences. I eventually ended up fired from that job, homeless again, unsupported, stuck. I moved in with an ex, which was an unhealthy relationship. It was unhealthy then. That's why I left. And it continued to be unhealthy, but I felt like that's where I had to go. I didn't have any resources. I couldn't move in with my mom. Like, I just had to do what I had to do, surviving. So, I was there. I was embarrassed. I was depressed. I knew I was settling, but I just had to keep going. I had to do what I had to do. I don't know. It just reliving or thinking about the things I had to endure is difficult. But I had family. I had cousins. I had my mom. I had a support system, but I felt like everybody had their own shit going on. Like, I'm listening to my support struggle without support. Some of them had access to organizations or people or resources, but they wasn't receiving support from them. We would just talk about how these resources are out here, these organizations are saying what they can and will do, but we find ourselves alone supporting each other. So it kind of felt more like a burden. So I just started isolating. I was discouraged, tired of just the lip service. And to be honest, I started drinking, just losing focus of my goals. And It was just a hard, it's been a hard time. I started listening to YouTube videos and just replaying my own videos, going through my own website. I still was meeting with my mentor, but I was missing appointments. I was like getting late to work, just seeing myself slipping back into a pattern or a space that I did not want to be in. And my mentor just called me out and was, telling me that I'm self-sabotaging. And she told me that if I continue to, not show up in the way that she knew I could, that this relationship wasn't gonna work. And she's been in my life for probably 3 or 4, maybe 4 years or so. And that shook me, because that little piece of continuing to meet with her made me feel like I was still active, even though I really wasn't. So it kind of snapped me out of that fog, or out of the drifting phase, because that's what I was doing, just surviving. So it's just like I'm blocking my blessings, and I couldn't do that. Like, after everything that I've been through, after everything that I've overcome, I'm just like, this is not gonna be my ending. So, I just had to come to the realization, like, I can't make people or organizations do what I think they should do. I have to continue to build my own table. I have to continue to pour into myself. I have to continue to do the things that I know work for me. And when she's I had to continue to do what worked for me in the past, right? Like, I've been homeless before. I've been depressed. I've been just down bad, and I pull myself out of these situations. Like, I believe in God, and like, with prayer and just understanding that I have choices, I had to take advantage of those choices, even if some of them were things that I did not like, right? So I had to get back to the basics. And what worked for me, what I put together was my 5-step guide to get anchored and keep climbing. So the first thing was my identity. Like, I know who I am. And, excuse me. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of, right? And who I am as a child of God. I'm a caretaker. I'm a truth teller. I'm a genuine person. And one thing for sure, I'm not a quitter. So I just had to pour into myself, because number 2 is self-care. So I had to speak life into me. I had to tell myself daily, like, you're better than this. You can overcome this. Like, reach out. I had to force myself to reach out to people. I had to force myself to answer the phone. Like, there would be women groups, or, my circle would get together, and sometimes I'd be like, what I'm going to do? Just share about share the negative. Like, share the negative things that I'm doing. But that's not what support is. Like, my people fed me. They tell me, like, you could wash your clothes over here. Like, I love you too. And I had people that I could trust that I just didn't want to really be around because of my situation. Like, I was just really embarrassed, and I was just, like, depressed. And like I said, I had to speak life. I had to remove some people from my life. I had to force myself, like I said, to connect with the people who I knew was good for me. I had to stop replaying my past and the negative things that happened to me, and know that I didn't deserve it. I had to go back and find another job. Like I picked up a per diem job. I started Ubering. I had to learn new skills or tools to, put me in a better position. And I had to change my environment. So I moved out my ex's house. On December 31st, I rented a room. I was sad about it. It was super small. I couldn't bring my dogs. But I can honestly say, like, that was the best move that I made in the last, 2 years. I feel so much better internally. Like, I'm showing up for myself. I'm able to show up for others in a way that I want to. It was difficult to show up and knowing that I'm not in a space that I should be in, So I don't know. I feel like connection's important. Like, you have to stay in connection. You have to push yourself to be who you know you can be, to be who you know you was designed to be. I started sharing with my cousin who's in LA. Like, he just did 25 years in jail, and I just been watching him transition, over this last 7 to 8 months, helping other people, put programs together, like, just not get high, not go backwards to the things that he used to do, like, we used to talk on the phone in jail. Like, he used to just, I don't know, but I'm sharing with him, and he's telling me, like, cousin, you got this program, and like, your videos, like, you're inspiring, like, you inspire me. Like, how do you think I keep going? And it's like, it just I love you. It made me feel so strong. Like, it just made me, I don't know, it just, I guess confirmation, like, I am doing something. Like, this is part of the work. This is the journey. Like, it's all for the greater good, right? So, I don't know. I just say all that to say, like, I needed to share that. Like, I haven't been active. I haven't done a live. I haven't, and this is part of Stuck, right? Like, sharing that everything is not gonna be happy, and it's not gonna be all smiles. I didn't think I was gonna come on here and freaking cry, like, but that's really how I feel, like, this is my journey. This is what it's about, sharing the truth, sharing the ups and the downs. So I don't know. Like, he gave me a new perspective, a new outlook. So when I thought I didn't have support, I did. When I didn't feel like I was in community, I was. When I felt like I was down bad, I was growing. So I just say, when you're in a dark place and, people or things are holding you back, it's all a form of support, because at the end of the day, it helps you grow. Like, it's going to push you It's going to push you to find support. It's going to push you to recognize that what you do have, and I don't know what you're looking for. Know what kind of support you need. Be open enough to be called on your shit without being mad about it, or being upset or thinking somebody's hating on you. Know that in times that it's quiet or it's dark around you, that you're growing. Know that the sun is going to shine, like the rain is going to come. It's all for the greater good. Know that you are your biggest supporter, right? Like, you could have 1 million people, but if you're not reaching out, if you don't feel like you're worthy, if you don't feel like you're good enough, then they're not going to be no good for you anyway. So you got to be your biggest support, and then the support that you need will show up on time. I don't know. That's what I got. Like, I hope that I've been supportive by sharing. I hope that if you need some support, or you need somebody to share with that's not gonna judge, or that's gonna share some real shit with you, you could reach out. I'm here. I don't know. I love y'all. Thank you for following me. Thank y'all for joining. That's it. Have a good day. Thank you.